Are you concerned about the black smoke from your biomass fired boiler? Hi, I'm Aditya Mahajan from Steamax, and today we are going to discuss about one of the most commonly faced problem in the biomass fired boiler, that is black smoke from your chimney. So before we understand that how do we actually solve this problem at Steamax, let us first understand that why anyone get black smoke from their chimney when they're burning biomass in their boilers. So for this, there are actually two or three main reasons. First is the biomass quality. So if your biomass has very high ash content or very high moisture content or certain impurities, then this can cause drop in the furnace temperature due to high moisture or greater particulate emissions due to higher ash content in your biomass fuel. So the first factor that could be contributing to the black smoke in your biomass fired boiler could be the quality of the biomass. Second factor is the fuel feeding mechanism, which is being used to feed the fuel into the boiler. Now, a lot of industries are still relying on manual feeding of the biomass because biomass briquette, wood log are some of the very commonly used fuel in the industry even now, right? And in almost majority of the industries, I would say like more than 90% of the industries which are using these fuels, they're still using it in old-fashioned way where they are manually feeding the this fuel inside the boiler. Now, the problem with this is that when you are manually feeding the fuel to the boiler, then the air-fuel mix does not happen properly. Briquettes, since they are densified, they do not allow for proper air-fuel mix, right? Due to which the combustion could be inefficient or incomplete. Second factor is that when you're manually feeding through the fire doors, then these fire doors remain open during the period of feeding, right? And this led to excess air inside the furnace, right? Which can again drop the furnace temperature and lead to higher emissions from the stack. Also, in manual feeding, the fuel is not evenly spread throughout the furnace, right? So again, this could lower down the boiler's efficiency and lead to black smoke in the stack. Now, the third factor could be the air pollution control devices that are used before the flue gases enter the chimney. Now, biomass has higher ash content than fluid fuels like oil and gas, and therefore they need proper air pollution control devices to control their particulate matter. So when we are using biomass, we need to make sure that the appropriately designed APCD devices such as cyclone, back filter, scrubber, ESP, etc. are being used to bring down the particulate matter below the norms that has been prescribed by the government or by the pollution control board. So at Steamax, we try to address all these three factors when we are helping the industries to lower down their black smoke emissions. The first factor, as we mentioned, is the fuel quality. So we prefer to use fuels which have very low ash content and high calorific value. So we have developed fuel which we call as Astillas, which has moisture content below 10%, calorific value of up to 4500 kilocalorie per kg, and ash content below 2%. Now, since this biomass fuel itself has very low ash content, you get very low particulate emission from your stack also, and minimal chances of black smoke. The second thing is that we prefer automatic fuel feeding systems. So if a customer is using briquette and they want to keep the option of using briquette, we can add briquette crusher and suitable conveying system so they're able to use briquettes more efficiently. Or if they're using smaller size fuel like wood chips or Astillas or pellets, which does not require crushing, we have developed very small and very low cost systems which can convert manual fired boilers to automatic fuel feeding system within just few hours and at a very nominal cost. Third thing is the right air pollution control devices. So we have developed specialized air pollution control devices which are designed to bring down the particulate matter below 50 mg per nm cube on biomass. So if your industry is facing the challenge of black smoke and you want to address that, you can reach out to us and we will help you with the right solutions for your industries, which will not only help you to cut down your black smoke, but also reduce your fuel cost by up to 20 to 30%.